Hello everyone. So I'm here with the full moon in Sagittarius report. I'm trying to do it again the way I did last time, where I'm actually using the report. It's not mine, I printed someone else's chart off because I've been so busy, but I'm still going to take you through the planets, what's going on and what we're going to be feeling. So this full moon is with us on the 3rd or the 4th of June, dependent on where you live. It's at 11:41 p.m. Eastern Time on the 3rd, 8:41 p.m. Pacific time on the 3rd, and 4:41 a.m. UK time. Your time may be different depending on where you live. You can check that out yourself. So my tagline for this full moon is expand with the learnedness of Sagittarius. This is the actual moon is at 13 degrees and 18 minutes of Sagittarius, which is also meaning it's at 13 degrees and 18 of the sun because they're in opposition to each other. So we have our full moon in Sagittarius and we have our sun in Gemini. Now, Sagittarius wants you to spread your wings, broaden your horizons. It's the star sign very linked to adventure. It's linked to what haven't you been doing that you really would enjoy. It's linked to you standing up and going, okay, I'm going to spread my wings, move forward, see more and understand more. And then the balance of the sun comes in and says, you need to do this with an understanding, be logical about it, while Sagittarius wants to be intuitive. So you're being asked to balance these two kind of polarities, okay? And with them at the degree point that they're at, it's asking you to also understand your foundation. So where are you found? Where is your foundation? How can you make a balanced not drama, it's not the right word, is it? A balanced sensation out of this. How can you create from that? You know, Sagittarius rules these ideas around. It's a mutable sign, so it's kind of got that element of movement. It wants movement. It wants to move forward. It wants to drive us into a new potentiality. This full moon is going to illuminate the areas in your life where you're not doing those things. It's going to say to you, hey, come on, you're not taking notice of this new adventure that you need to be going on, or this new direction you need to be pursuing, or this new pursuit that you need to be going towards, right? Sagittarius wants that for you. It wants you to do it with the aspect of the sun being in, the sun is in Gemini. So because the sun's in Gemini, and that's going to be about how you are understanding this, because Gemini works on the word level. It's in that area of really recognizing how you can speak your truth out to yourself. This is about other people. This is speak your truth out to yourself. It's asking you to what level do you want to be clear about where you're going with this Sagittarian energy. And I'm seeing this Sagittarian energy as quite a momentous movement. It's like kind of whoosh, it's kind of what I was about to say, whoosh. It's sort of whooshing you into a new direction. It's asking you to take that. Okay, so I'm just see if I wrote some more notes, because I've done some notes as well. So it's the other thing Sagittarius is linked to as well. It's not just about adventure and movement and that kind of thing. It's also about learning. Sagittarius is the centaur, and it's about knowledge. It's also a very just star sign. It's about justice and that kind of thing. And it kind of links also, as well as Libra, it links into law and order. So kind of, yeah, recognize that. The other thing is with Sagittarius, it's that kind of subconscious, unconscious. What within you is needing to be released. What within you is needing to create more depth, more future, more forward direction, right? Yeah. And then I want to go back to the sun again, because I want to point out a few things with regard to that. So because of this balanced, and they're also, they're just, obviously they're opposing, because whenever we have full moon, it opposes the sun, and we have a new moon, they're next to each other, okay? So it's asking you to kind of hold on to your hat with regard to how you perceive it on the level of communication, okay? So your throat chakra, I'm getting that to say to you. And then how you're going to bring that into being in that kind of energetic frequency of freedom, because Sagittarius wants freedom if nothing else. Okay, so I did want to point that out to you because I think that's quite a clean message, and it's all about creating a foundation. You need to be creating a foundation in the balance of these two different energetic frequencies. You've got the energy of freedom, spiritual, unconscious, subconscious. Then you've got the logical mind thinking, because Gemini is about the mind. It's about how we're thinking and our mental capacity. So it's asking you to really kind of just balance those out and hold that resonance and understand that frequency. Okay, so then we have still got a lot of planets in Taurus. Okay, and so obviously you've got the mutable energy of the moon. Okay, and that mutable energy is Sagittarius. And then you've got this very, very kind of grounding energy of Taurus, which is holding, we've got Jupiter, Mercury throwing itself on the ground. We've also got, what else have we got? So we've got Mercury, you've got Uranus. So yeah, so we've got Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus in Taurus, giving us that grounded energy, connecting us in. We've also got, Jupiter's in conjunction with the North Node. So that is helping us with where we're going. It's going to help us. It's giving us it's a good thing. It's a good thing, that conjunction. And it's about having that foundation, but also creating that movement. Although the North Node is retrograde, so it's slower than normal. So that's a slowness, but it's okay because it's going to help us still to make those decisions, make those changes, create those aspects, right? So what else do I want to tell you about? Because I really want to go through this chart definitively today and try and get this right. I actually printed it in colour today so that I did not get my things wrong. Because the other one was in black and white and I couldn't quite see what things were. So we've got Jupiter square. So we've got Jupiter square, am I getting that right? Jupiter is square Venus, which is kind of, see, because there's a balance. Venus is asking us to be independent in our love, in relationship. With Jupiter squaring it, we're being called to balance out the energetic frequency that runs in Jupiter, which is about opportunity and something that may surprise us. This is on the level of relationship, okay? So it's asking us to be aware of that. But it's a balancing act. You're being asked to balance that out. You're being asked, but in an independent way. Be independent with this decision, as opposed to allowing yourself to be kind of forced. That's kind of how I'm seeing it, remember. And remember, I see squares as an opportunity to create balance in your system and in your frequency and in your life. So this is a balancing opportunity. It's that I'm getting very strongly love and relationship. The angels are also kind of saying that it's also on the level of all relationships. So whether it's friends or family as well, that there is something in that. But you're being asked to be more brave in that aspect, more open to change, to higher dynamics, but creating a foundation that will hold you when you then want to move into this independence that's calling on you, okay? So that's kind of what I'm getting there, okay? Then you've got, and I'm going to speak to Jupiter first, okay? I'm going to speak to Jupiter and I'm going to just move around the wheel and give you the information. So Jupiter's also square, oh no, actually I'm going to talk to Saturn at first, okay? So Jupiter is actually sextile Saturn, which is actually a good thing. So you're being asked to sort of develop your spiritual inner truth. You're being on the level of Saturn. Now remember what Saturn is about. Saturn's about the time. It's about that energetic frequency of the male energy, okay? And it's the energetic frequency as well of using time in the right way and using it in a refined way. Saturn is about planning, getting it right, making it good with Father Time in holding that energy. You're being asked to develop the magical a capacity that you can create through the spiritual truth that's within you that you're holding. And you're being asked to do that on the level of Jupiter, where you create a foundation so you can bring opportunity into your life. It's actually going to be more magical. It's going to be more manifestation based. Okay, and that's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you a lot, a lot, a lot, because it's going to create the dynamic. So you've got because Saturn's in Pisces, right? Because yeah, Saturn's in Pisces. I did write something about that. Yeah, it's about the reality. It's about what's real to you, that real physical element, okay? But in Pisces, it wants you to sort of let go completely. And then you've got that Jupiter element saying to you, yeah, we can support this on a spiritual level, but also on a logical level that is Saturnian. Yeah, get that? So okay, so let's see what else Jupiter wants to tell us. So Jupiter is also, yeah, but then we've got a square. So this is quite interesting, right? Because we've got a square Jupiter. Am I getting that right? I really hate these charts because they're quite hard to read. So yeah, we've got a square Jupiter Pluto, and Pluto is all about, you know, kind of what we're clearing up. It's that kind of birth, rebirth, sort of, you know, sort of death, birth, or rebirth, or birth, death, rebirth, that kind of thing. It's asking you to bring something back to life right now. The thing is, Pluto is about to re-enter Capricorn anyway, and it's going to stay there till January 2024, so that we can clean up some of the mess and clean up all the leftover Capricorn energy that we need to heal, and then move forward into Aquarius, which doesn't happen till the end of 2024, right? Okay, so that is the equation with that, and Pluto is retrograde at the moment, so it's going fairly slowly, but you are being told, and I'm pretty sure I'm getting that right on it. Yeah, it is. I'm being told that with that square, you're being asked to balance. It's very similar, but the thing is, what you've got here with Pluto, it's a balancing in a square energy, and with Saturn, it's a balancing and foundational with a trine energy, sorry, a sextile energy, and a sextile's good, right? It's good, it's positive, and a square normally is seen as tricky, but I'm seeing it here as actually you're going to be given the potential to be able to do this more easy. It's going to be easier than you would think. You're going to be able to reveal that thing that you need to reveal. So you're going to understand that. And also, Saturn's going to go retrograde sort of the middle of the month. I think it's about the 18th of June. I can't remember. I didn't write it here. But it's going to go retrograde. So that's because it's moving slowly anyway. So you've got that capacity. And it's a great capacity, right? To sort of up level that spiritual truth that's within you, that understanding, that depth of knowledge, because you've got this depth of knowledge that is aching to come out on the level of, yeah, it's quite interesting because the chart's saying that you need to begin this at a foundation space in order to actually access the opportunity that's been given to you, right? Okay, so let's see what else Jupiter's trying to tell us. I said the stuff about Venus. Okay, so Jupiter's also square Mars. And Mars is actually quite comfortable at the moment because it's in Leo now. And in Leo, it's comfortable. It's in comfortable energy, which is a good thing because it's asking you to balance out the energy frequency of areas to do with Leo, which is to do with your public persona, and also material aspect. This is on a negative level. No, negative isn't a good word, but it's on a tricky level. So you're needing to balance that out. Still foundation, still creating the foundation is about you creating an opportunity for these things to be bigger and more pronounced than they could have been. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Yeah, because what it's asking you is to reveal more on that aspect. Okay, I'm going to go back to the moon in a moment because this is a full moon in Sagittarius, and sometimes I get dragged in by the other planets. But remember, this is being illuminated by the Sagittarius full moon. So the stuff I'm telling you with the other planets is being illuminated by Sagittarian mutable movement energy. Okay, so everything I've just said is being held by the energy of the illumination of the full moon, which is in Sagittarius. Okay, and because of what I just said, because we were talking about Mars and the Jupiter energy, but we've also got a we've got a trine between Mars and the full moon in Sagittarius, and that's a really good. And Sagittarius and Leo worked well together, so the energy will help you to actually ground in. So what I'm getting here is there's a new beginning being accessed around your foundational area with regard to how you bring your public persona out. It is very monetary, I'm seeing, but it's this is a beginning. It's a new beginning. You're creating a new beginning, and that kind of links in also to Neptune, but I'll talk about that later. Okay, so you've also got, obviously you've got your opposition sun, which we've talked about, and you've also got moon square Saturn. Yeah, there is some energetic frequency here of you needing to be very aware of this balance that you're going to be making. This is very spiritual. It's very spiritual, and it's asking you very highly to recognize that that needs to be balanced. You need to create a foundation and then balance that. Okay, you may find that tricky, but it's a good energy in terms of helping you. It's going to help you forward. Okay. Okay, so let's see what else. So that was the energies of Sagittarius and how it's affecting the planetary aspect that we have in this specific chart. Okay, then we've got, let me see what else we've got. So we've spoken about Jupiter. I've spoken a little about Saturn. There's a bit more in Saturn, but I don't need to say, I did do a little bit about Saturn, didn't I? Let's see what else we've got. So we've got the Sun also in Gemini, also squaring Saturn in Pisces. That's quite an interesting combination, actually. And it is actually saying a similar thing to the moon square Saturn. So you kind of got this, yeah, you kind of got this, these two linking up, saying create a found. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love it. So you can balance. Okay, so you balance the Sun, the moon. You balance the Gemini, the Sagittarius. Okay, you balance that logic and that spiritual aspect, and then it's then asking you to balance that also in the spiritual aspect, but with the energy of Saturn, which is about, and I did write it there what I was saying, oh yeah, about our physical, isn't it? About the reality, yeah? So it's about, for this particular chart, it's about you looking at your reality. So there's a realism, there's a double realism aspected here with the energy of that forward movement with the illumination of the moon with Sagittarius. Even though Sagittarius does link to the subconscious and the conscious, I am getting here that you need to also be very aware of the 3D element around this. Okay, so the third dimensional energy, the physical energy of this, the physical energy of where you're going and what you're going to create, and this adventure and the new beginning, right? That's what it's saying. That's what it's telling us. Okay. We also need to develop some of the characteristics that will strengthen this as well. So you need to develop that. You're being asked to develop that. You're being told that, yeah, you're being asked of it. We also want you to remember that because of the Mars energy feeling free and movement being healthy in Leo, that will support this moon, this full moon. It will support whatever's going on in the rest of the chart, okay? Because remember, the full moon is the holder of all of this energy. Sagittarius rules this moon, okay? Let's see what else there is. I kind of really enjoy doing it this way. It's quite interesting because I'm actually giving it to you as I look at it. So we've got, sorry, so we need to go to the Neptune energy. I want to talk to the Neptune energy. So Neptune is in Pisces at 27 degrees, okay? And it's trine Venus, which I'm really loving. There's a lot here about endings. Neptune's really highlighting that we need to end old things. Remember, we're in a full moon, so full moon is release. We're being asked to release something. And Neptune's saying, yeah, you know, I'm going to assist you with this on the energy of Pluto, which is the energy of what is going to finish, what is going to end. Okay, so and I'm finding it interesting because obviously Pluto, I said to you, it's about to move back into Capricorn. So it's like you are at a completion, an ending stage of what that Aquarius energy has brought to you. And then you're going to be almost revisiting what Capricorn kind of Pluto is. But you're being supported by the energy of Neptune on a very strong level, because Neptune's at home, obviously, in Pisces. And that energy is supporting this ending. It's allowing you to make it so that you can clean that little bit up. You understood that. You're going to move towards that. And then you're going to clean it up when it gets into Capricorn. If there's anything you'd missed, you can clean that up there. And I like that, because that's going to help. It's going to ground the energies. It's going to ground the energies with all the Taurus, where I said Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus in Taurus. It's going to ground that energy, and it's going to really help to uplift you and bring you into the space that you kind of really want to go to, right? So what else have we got? What else is Jupiter saying? So Jupiter is also trine Venus, right? And like I said to you, I don't think I said this already, did I? But in June, very, very soon, Venus is actually about to move into Leo. And Venus, that will change the energy. Right now it's in Cancer, and in Cancer it's a little bit more on the level of, so when it moves, Venus moves into Leo, it's going to be your more public persona, but in Cancer it's more your private persona, the internal stuff, the family stuff, but in an internal way, whereas in Leo it's going to go into relationship in an external way. So currently it's still internal. You're being asked to up level on the level of independence. So you're being asked to I'll say this again. You're being asked to end. Okay, you're being asked to end on the energy of Neptune, in that Piscean energy, which is your capacity to intuit, to understand. It makes sense, because you're going from this very, very subconscious, unconscious energy into the Leo energy, which is where it's going to go, not necessarily with Neptune, but with Venus. And you're being asked to be independent now. Move into that independent energy, because once it gets into Leo, you're going to need that independence. So it's asking you, you're being supported. Uranus, sorry, not Uranus. I don't know why I said Uranus, because Uranus has nothing to do with this. Neptune is supporting this Venus energetic frequency of independence. You are being asked to be independent. You're asked to bring things together as well. And there's a money element to this too, okay? With the Neptune energy, there's also that coming together, but there's that spiritual element. As I said, it's asking you to spiritually define that ending so that you can move forward. Let's see if Neptune's got anything else for us. So that's about what I've got for Neptune. And we spoke to Saturn, didn't we? Because I spoke to stuff with Saturn. Okay, let's see what else. Is there anything else I need to tell you? I think we're nearly there. I think we're there. If I miss things, I miss things. I trust that if I miss it, it's meant to be missed. You're not meant to know it in this specific report. You might watch other reports and get that information, but this specific report, if I don't say it, then it's not meant to be said to you. But yeah, I just want to have a little quick look at Mars. Mars is opposing Pluto. So Mars may be making it a little bit tricky to start that new beginning, and it's really interesting because it's I'm really seeing it as monetary, material, that kind of thing. So there is, look, I'm going to be really honest, it's mutable energy here. There is mutable energy here. So there's movement. It's being highlighted. You're being asked to move forward. Yet this opposition with Pluto, and because Pluto is your inner drives, your inner stuff, that's hidden stuff. And with Mars now in Leo, it's your public personas. You're going to create a new beginning, and it's going to be okay because it's going to go into Capricorn soon. For now, just for now. And you're going to need to understand it in your personal aspect. This is about materialism connecting in on the level of Mars, which will give you strength to create, but it's a balancing act. You're going to need to learn to balance those two things. So it's your subconscious, unconscious, inner drives and vision, but bringing it out into your public persona. That's what that's saying to me. So yes, that is quite, yeah, it's quite highlighted, and it's quite, yeah, and it's quite important that you kind of find that level. And interestingly, Venus in relationship is also giving you that, but on the level of independence. So you need to be independent and make sure that you create the relationship harmony that you need. But remember, it's going into Capricorn, so you've got the 6 months to heal that aspect before we go back into Aquarius again, which it doesn't stay in because it doesn't go fully into Aquarius until we get to the end of the year. But this is giving you the potentiality to, this is about relationship and money here. Yeah, was it about relationship and money? Where did I get relationship from? At the moment, it's about relationship and money. That might change as we do the next charts, but I'll speak to that later. But at the moment, it's about independence within your relationship, creating a foundation so you can have a new, almost like the phoenix rising out of the ashes. And then also with the Leo energy in Mars, this is giving you the creating this understanding of the opposition of the unconscious and the conscious, but bringing your public persona out, but being able to bring it out in an authentic way. And that's what you're being told. And that is the report for today. That is the literal energy of that chart. Now I want to let you know which planet, the people it will affect the most. So if you're born with personal planets personal planets or points at 9 to 17 degrees of mutable signs, you're going to be affected a little bit more by this moon. Now remember that Sagittarius is quite restless, it wants you to move, so it's about allowing yourself to drop what doesn't serve you, let go of what doesn't serve you, okay, and move in to, it's really funny doing it with the chart because I'm looking at the chart, not you guys, which is sad. But yeah, allow it to, this movement to be on the level of your heart, because that's what I'm getting and that's what I'm being asked to tell you. And then if you can move from that level of your heart, then as we move through, now remember this is a journey, this isn't just happening now. I've given you the full moon reading for the full moon for today, tomorrow, 3rd, 4th, depending on which time zone you're in, right? But this takes time. It's a movement of the planet, it's a movement of the energies, it's a diversification in a way of our up leveling. The other thing I would say about this chart is Sagittarian energy and the energy that's being offered, the Sagittarian Gemini axis, right? It's offering us this new connection to the kind of a higher spiritual dimension. You're being offered something new. Anyway, my lovelies, oh, I nearly forgot our release statements for the Sagittarius full moon. So the Sagittarius full moon is asking you to release on the level of so ask yourself the question, what adventure, new experience do I want to have? And what can I release that's stopping me from having that? So there you go. That is our lovely Sagittarius full moon report. Namaste, everyone. I'm sending you all so much love. I hope it's given you some clarity and will help you as you move forward in this next phase. I have no idea what I just said there because I worked with the chart and I let the angels channel in. So it's something a little bit different. And I'm going to keep doing it this way because I think this is giving the message that is exactly right and of this moment. Sending you all so much love. Namaste. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of the 2 weeks until I'm back with the new moon report. Send you all loads of love. Mwah, kisses. Bye. Bye.